you formed a group before you formed the Two Live Crew.
Yeah, I had a DJ group. It was called, the group was called Rock On Crew and so forth. You know, we were there doing our thing for a little bit. You know, I bought some equipment out of Fairview Heights, you know, that mall up there. So I bought some equipment there. And, you know, we used to do little parties and so forth and go around, you know, doing the little DJing and so forth, you know, put a little crowd, make a little extra money on the side, you know, so it was always good.
Yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying? You were right there in the 618. You had a group out, you were doing your thing, but then you went all the way up to California. What was it, Riverside, I believe. Tell everybody what happened when you went up to Riverside, California.
Yeah, then later on I got stationed to March Air Force Base in Riverside back in 1984. It was like June of '84, and when I got there, I met Mr. Mix in the bowling alley and so forth, and then he told me it was another guy on the base that, you know, was, you know, doing hip-hop, who liked hip-hop also. So, you know, we kind of hooked up, and, you know, we went to Mix's room because he had the turntables and he had the 808 drum machine in there. And, you know, we started writing rhymes and stuff like that and, you know, doing different things, and that's how Two Live Crew formed back in 1984, March Air Force Base.
And then obviously from there, you know, you guys put out records like What I Like. I played a little chunk of that at the beginning. Guy down in Miami, Florida named Luther Campbell heard your music, and he was blown away. He brought you guys down there. My question about that
we
is...
put like the first single we recorded was in Claremont, California, and that was like November, December of '84. Then we went to Macola Records and started our own record label, and Macola basically distributed our label, which was Fresh Beat Records. You know what I'm saying? Because for $500, they'll press up your records and start putting them out, and then after a while, you know, they'll take over pressing and so forth, you know.
Yeah.
So we put out, you know, like 2 singles, you know. So we went to Miami in '85 and so forth, met Luther Campbell, you know, because he brought us down to do some shows and so forth. And after that, you know, we had a friendship going, you know. So once I got out of the military in '86, because Mix was already out before me, we decided to come to Miami because it was either stay in L.A. because, you know, we went to Jerry Heller and so forth. You know, Don McMillan sent us to Jerry Heller, you know, for management and so forth. But you know, we decided to move to Miami and start something different. So in '86, I recorded Throw the D and so forth, and that's what started Luke Skywalker Records, you know. And then everything else from then on is history.
Yeah. And you guys, you know, when you were making your music in Cali, you definitely weren't explicit like you were down in Miami. What was the deciding factor for you guys to start talking about pussy and things of that nature?
Oh, well, when we were in Cali, we were more hip-hop. And when we went to Miami, you know, we seen, you know, the flavor, the Caribbean flavor, because, you know, I was born in Trinidad and so forth. And, you know, they had that Caribbean flavor, you know, the melting pot, the women, and everything, you know. So basically, you know, they had a dance down there that they were doing like late '85 called Throw the D. You know, so what I did, I just decided to write it up and so forth, told Mix about it. And I wrote the song on the way back to Riverside, to California, on a red eye from Miami back. You know, it took me like 30 minutes to write that, and another 20 or 30 minutes to write ghetto bass and so forth. And then we incorporated the drummer's beat, which they were doing the dance to, and also Mr. Mix used to, you know, listen to a lot of joke records while we were in the military, so we incorporated that into the music also.
Yeah, and here you guys are. You guys get settled down in Miami. You put out these records. You know what I'm saying? You eventually put out We Want Some Pussy. And then the album itself, Two Live Is What We Are. Out the back of Luke's mom's house, this thing goes gold. There's no major company behind you guys. How the hell did you guys pull that shit off?
I don't know. I think it was timing and basically foreseeing the future, you know what I'm saying? Because this is something that I had dreamed about, you know, when I was a kid, you know, growing up in Brooklyn and so forth. You know, I wanted to rap. You know, I know I wasn't the greatest rapper and the most lyrical, but I know how to create hooks and so forth, and what brought people to the party, you know what I'm saying? So I homed in on my strengths and so forth and worked on that, you know. And basically, when we put that stuff out, man, we got lucky in a way, you know, because at that time it wasn't too many people doing different things, and, you know, rap was still independent. So, you know, it was, I would say 90% luck.
No one
yeah,
did
you know,
before, especially in hip-hop.
Right. Because basically I gave myself, like, once I got out of the military, I gave myself 6 months with the rap thing. Either it make it, or I go back to Brooklyn and go do my job and become a lab tech, like what I trained for in the military. So